the biggest liars, men or women? Hey, men lie the most, women tell the biggest lies. Men, we lie all the time. We lie so much it's damn near language. That's right, to call a man out for lying is like playing basketball with a retarded kid and calling him for double dribble. You gotta let some shit slide. You just gotta let some shit slide. Man, we lie all the time. We lie all the time. You know what a man's lie is like? A man's lie is like, I was at Tony's house. I'm at Ken's house. That's a man's lie. A woman's lie is like, it's your baby. Well, we've all heard that one. Hey, it don't even look like me. Oh, he's got your hat. You got on heels. You ain't that tall. You got on makeup. Your face don't look like that. You got a weave. Your hair ain't that long. You got a Wonder Bra and your titties ain't that big. Everything about you is a lie, and you expect me to tell the truth. Fuck you. Men lie, we live lies. That's why we so crazy. Every now and then we catch ourselves living a lie. We create a whole lie world around us. For instance, every man in this room is hiding some porno in his house. Every man in here got a pornography stash in the crib. Not an illegal amount, just enough to get you by.
Daddy come here with one fucking meal for my child, but I have 3 other kids. We have 1 kid together, but he only want to come and bring one thing of McDonald's. But what about my other kids? How come you can't feed my other kids McDonald's though? Like that's bogus as hell. Like you're not finna sit here and make my other kids feel left out, and you're only bringing one child something to eat. Look, there he go, and I bet you he only got one thing in there. I bet you he don't even. I'm finna expose out of him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just one burger? One burger, one fry?
What he like? What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
What about your other kids?
John,
they ain't mine.
Okay, but them your kids' siblings though.
What are you talking about? What are you mad
Them
about?
my kids, them your kids' siblings though.
So what you?
So my other kids finna be left out.
You didn't feed them?
You know I don't give my food stamps to the 7.
Lisa, how is that my problem?
But if you're trying to help out though, you're not helping out.
I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son.
But how are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings?
Lisa, you had
Them are his siblings
Lisa,
though.
You had
He not finna eat in front of all his other siblings and they're not eating on McDonald's. No, why do I gotta put...
Bring him out to the car. I'll let him
No. He's not finna eat that shit at all if you can't bring enough for everybody.
Lisa, so you telling me that I gotta bring... So when I bring my son food, I gotta bring your kids food too now?
Yes.
You sound f***ing dumb.
How is that shit dumb? You sound dumb. You sound dumb.
Where are they daddies at? Nobody told you to talk to them other... You had them other kids. Them your responsibility. They're not my responsibility.
Okay, but if you're gonna bring one, you need to bring it for all. How do that shit look that I'm letting one child eat McDonald's and all the rest of the kids can't eat no fucking McDonald's?
So
you know I get food stamps on the 11th.
3 kids that ain't mine. 3 kids that ain't mine. What
Yeah,
like?
they're his siblings. You knew what you was getting into when you had a baby with me.
No, the f*** I did.
Yes, you did.
You expect me to take care of all the kids? They're not my kids.
Okay, but you still had a baby with me who have kids with other people. I still have other kids.
Why are you recording me?
Because I'm exposing. Everybody think you such a motherfucking good daddy. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're full of shit in this bullshit. You only come here with one piece of food for one child.
The child that's mine, silly.
No, that's dumb that you can't feed the other kids. Don't feed nobody at all then. He can't take that shit. He can't eat it.
Maybe if you had 1 or 2, I can maybe. You got it's 3 extra kids. What the f? All like going to my mother account, spending money on all those kids. Them not my kids.
Them are your kids' siblings, though. Dumb.
So that's what you gonna go with? That's the one you gonna
Those
use?
are your fucking kids' siblings.
They're my, so that means
Yeah.
I take care of them.
So don't.
where's
No,
the-
I didn't say you have to take care of them. You can bring them something to eat if you bring one something to eat.
I bring them food every other day. What do you mean?
Exactly, but you don't never bring food for the other ones. You know I get my food stamps on the
They
11th.
are your babies.
Okay, but I'm saying we share the same kid as well.
Absolutely. So if you want to, if you feel like I feel the way about eating, take him in the room and let him.
I'm not taking my kid in the
Or send him down
room.
to the car. He ain't got any brothers and sisters. He can come right out to the car and eat with me.
No. You know what? Fine. Give it here.
Thank you.
Give it here.
Bro.
Give it here.
Kids,
Give it here.
You sound stupid.
Dumb. He ain't eating this. You.
Why the f you just do that?
Because you ain't bringing up for all the other kids. You stupid. Selfish as a like you're dumb as hell. You're dumb as hell. He not finna eat that. Dumb. Dumb. He not finna do that. If you can't do it for all, don't do it for none of them. Bye, stupid. Thought I was finna take that today. Yeah, I had another thing for him.
You guys, oh my god, where do I start from? Like, I don't even know where to start from with this video. What the hell is feeding their kids McDonald's? Like, oh god, what in the world does she do with the food stamps? Because for you to have 4 kids, I feel like she should get enough. The government probably give her enough to feed them for a whole month, and then she threw it away. Your broke self threw the food away. Obviously, if you can afford to feed your kids, you probably can't even afford to feed yourself. So maybe you should have split the McDonald's into 5. All right, so first of all, as a single mother, your boyfriend or your fiance is not responsible for your other kid. He can take care of them out of human feelings, but it's not obligated to. It's not like, oh, he has to, like that's his job. No, that's your kid's father's job. And that's one of the reasons why I kind of feel bad for kids that were born in homes where they have separate fathers. Like, it affects those kids. Like, people have no idea how bad it affects those kids. I feel like, you know, if you have 4 kids by 4 different men and everyone comes to take their own child out, maybe one of them's father didn't show up, so you have that one at home where the rest of the 3 will come and tell them, oh, my daddy did this, my daddy did that. I just feel bad for those kids. Feeding kids McDonald's is unhealthy. You're gonna have those kids develop depression in a couple years. You're gonna have them develop diabetes in a couple years. They're gonna feel bloated, they're gonna gain weight. It's just a long list of issues with McDonald's. Even for adults, fast food generally, I occasionally, probably like once a year, it's Chick-fil-A. When I was pregnant, I craved Chick-fil-A a couple times. I probably had Chick-fil-A like 5 times the whole pregnancy. But like now that I'm back to my regular life, I probably eat Chick-fil-A like once a year. But like fast food generally, Popeyes, Burger King, Churches, whatever you want to call it, KFC, Taco Bell, these things are killing people. You shouldn't be feeding them to adults, not to talk of kids. Same thing with ramen noodles. It's doing more harm than good. And it's a sense of entitlement for me. And unfortunately, it's millions of kids going through this. That's what people don't get. People are looking at this video and bashing her or bashing him or laughing, making fun of them. These are real people. These are kids that are unfortunately going through things like this. If you can't take care of a child, how about you strap up or go on birth control or use condoms or give up the child for adoption? Some people even have kids just so they could qualify for benefits. Like, what the hell? And that's how you see people like that. That's how you see some mothers slayed, their wig is laid, the edges is laid, their nails is nice. Because I think in the video you could see her finger, her nails is done and everything, and you're surviving on food stamps and the food stamps is finished. Where did you get money to buy to do your nails? You see, the government needs to look into these people. Instead of giving some people food stamp, how about you give all of us food stamp? How about you give all of us health insurance? At least give us health insurance. That one is the one that is pissing me off the most. How about you give all of us insurance? You give some people food stamp, you look at they're selling it to get their nails done. Yeah. And like I said, even though the dad is not obligated to feed the other kids, I feel like he knows the situation of living of those kids. He probably just can't afford to take his child to stay with him. It looked like he should, because she looked like an irresponsible mother anyways. But I think that's why he decided to bring just one of them his own child food, McDonald's, if you can afford it. I feel like it would be nice, you know, to buy food for the other kids. It's just like me, like sometimes when I go pick up my child from the bus stop and the other kids ask me to drop them off, and sometimes my daughter will ask me like, oh, you know, can I get ice cream? I'm not gonna take all 5 kids to the ice cream place and just buy my daughter ice cream. No, I buy all 5 of them ice cream. Men talking about abortion and all that and feeling like, oh, they should have the right, they should have the say in it. If you don't want to worry about child support and all that, instead of crying and whining like a baby on social media, how about you use condoms? How about you make sure your pull-out game is stronger? How about you step up your pull-out game? Do things so you don't find yourself in a situation where you're having babies with the wrong people, with the person you end up hating. Because I've noticed it happens a lot. People, you know, have sex with this person, they think they're in love. The moment she gets pregnant, then hatred steps in. You guys are just punishing these kids. Stop bringing these kids to the world to suffer. The US have the highest rate of kids living in single parent household, especially in single mother household. And of course, it makes sense. As I look at this men running their mouth saying stupid stuff about, oh, stay away from single mothers. How about you shut up? People act like it's only women that make these babies. No, it took both of you. It took the man and the woman. People are just shouting single mothers because in most cases, women are the one that keep the child. Most men are irresponsible. They can't even take care of themselves. If you look at where some men are living, if you put all men in one house, oh my God. You know, 2 days. You think you put them in a dump stand. Yeah, you see their boxes here, their socks there, their shoe there, their food, the paper plate, the whole place will look a mess. Women are the ones that keep the child, you know, take care of the child. And I feel like women need to change the game, like flip the coin around. How about you give the child to the father? It's just that we women have more compassion than men. In America, maybe some mothers keep the child because of their selfish interest. They know that way they can apply for benefits, get benefits and stuff. I don't know. When the marriage or the relationship doesn't work, most women keep the child because they just assume, oh, a woman can take care of the child better. If I'm dating you as a single father, that's a burden right there. It's just the same thing as a man dating a single mother. And unfortunately, women like this are the ones that make men say all these nasty things about single mothers. If people are talking about staying away from single mothers, well, we should be staying away from single fathers too, because they are worse. Occasionally when you see a mother, you can tell she's a mother. But I've seen men with 12 kids look like a high school boy. Hello, there's something called single father too. So don't forget that. But men act like, oh, you just call men men. And then they want to split women into girls, ladies, single mothers, women. Like, seriously. And like I said, US have the highest rate of children living in single parent household. In fact, when I checked online, it says in 2020, nearly 19 million. And that was in 2020. So now 2022, I don't know if it's maybe 25 million, but in 2020 they said nearly 19 million children, amounting to 25% of all children in the US were living in single parent families. That percentage is nearly 3 times the level in 1960 of 9%. And that's one of the reasons why I kind of agree with Kevin Samuel's message. My issue with it was just the way he used to talk to those women. And you look at those women like it because they kept calling in. But the only issue I had with it was the way he passed the message, how rude it was. But Kevin Samuel was right. You look like, you know, back in the days, the rate of children living in single parent household was lower. And I feel like that's probably going to change due to the change in abortion law. I feel like there's going to be a huge increase in children living in single parent household. So while I was doing my research for this video, I found a video. She responded to people's backlash. So I think people were bashing about the video and how she's raising her kid. And I feel like she probably should have just stayed quiet because she sounded worse. You remember when the guy said you sound dumb? Yeah, she really sound in this video. But you guys check it out.
The whole world is basically bashing me right now because I'm the baby mama who was upset at her baby daddy because he only decided to give his child McDonald's and not the rest of my other 3 kids. I have 4 kids. You knew the situation when you dated me. Our child is the youngest child. So keep that in mind. before y'all make me the villain. That means all my other kids knew him. He was buying the McDonald's when we were together. My kids have to go through a transition of our breakup as well. Like, yeah, me and you broke up, but my kids got to feel it too. So now my kids have to see only one of their siblings get McDonald's and not the rest of them. And they know it's coming from you because, of course, like me and you used to be together. They used to see you. You used to do it for them. But now you don't want to do that for them anymore. Like, to me, that's petty. That's petty. Like, it's not fair. Like, you're not finna give one child McDonald's and not all the other kids McDonald's. Like, I'm not going. And then on top of that, you mean to tell me you can dib and dab and want to do it sometimes, but yet you can't feed all my other kids McDonald's though? That's what you mean to tell me? Like, I'm not going for that. I'm going to stand on what I said, and I don't care what everybody else have to say about it. Y'all could judge me. Oh, well, I could be the villain, but I said what I said. Like, if you can't bring everybody McDonald's, then can't nobody have McDonald's then. Period.
You see, this is one of the things I was talking about. Like, I feel bad for these kids that live in single parent household. Like, this is one of the issues I have with it. So now every time you date a new guy, the kids are going to meet the guy. I feel like that's traumatizing for those kids. Like, every time you have a new boyfriend, you introduce them to the kids and they get used to him. Some of them like him, and in some cases the boyfriend is probably molesting your child. Some women think, oh, because I have a boy, or I have nothing to worry about. No, obviously by now everyone knows some men are cuckoo too, so you can't trust anybody around your child. What's up with the lashes? Like, the lashes creep me out. Like, I was just looking, like, the lashes look like it's about to fall. Like, it look like this, like that. Like, yeah, I feel like she should have just stayed quiet and not respond to people, but oh well, she felt the need to and she did. Thank you for staying to the end of this video. See you guys in my next video. Remember to like this video if you enjoyed this video and you want me to make content like this more often. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. Okay, see you guys. Bye.